Okay, guys, so we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'm going to be your lowly player today because you see, today we're going to be returning back to the Norse dark fantasy world of Trudvang Chronicles with my buddy Arlen Walker taking the seat behind the DM's screen, as it were. So I think I'm going to pitch it over to Arlen. Arlen, tell us what we're doing today.
All right. So what we're doing today is we didn't have any actual battle, any combat last time. So we all thought that since combat is a big chunk of the rules, and since it often kind of, defines a fair bit of the RPG experience in many games, that we would try it out. And Trudvang in particular has kind of an interesting combat system that I think it will be fun to test out. And so our goal today is to test out said combat system, figure out what is gonna how things are gonna work with that. To that end, so if you remember from last time, the Gray Troll King Cobblering was tricked out of his bride to be, as it were, the stolen princess. Uh, in the intervening months, things have gone to from bad to worse with the Wild Heart Forest, which is the forest that you guys adventured in, and there have been growing attacks from forest trolls and goblins, and the gray trolls have gotten more ambitious, and this has led eventually to the kind of jarls of Idaland gathering together a force to go in force into the forest to try to clear out some of this nastiness, figure out what's going on, all of that sort of stuff. And you three have become involved in said force. I think probably as some type of, guides or scouts or something like that, because you've actually been into the Wild Heart, which is a little rare. And so we can imagine your three characters traveling through the forest. It's very much like last time, only now it is wintry. It's kind of a harsher world, and obviously this is a place where winter comes quickly and hard. So it's a sort of rougher. The nights are very cold, and all of that. But you guys have been sort of working with this larger force moving through the forest, and then in fact. Said larger force has split up into separate columns. You guys are essentially the right flank of the rightmost column, because they have found the need to hunt for food, because you can't take big like oxen-led wagons into the dense forest. So they've sort of split up to try to support themselves on the land a little better. And you guys are involved in sort of scouting and reconnaissance at the edge of one of these columns. And this has led you to this place. You can see there's a little bit of a sort of frozen stream and forest on either side, and kind of an open area. And everybody is going to notice right away as you start walking up that up out of the frozen ground, seemingly magically, because these creatures have a remarkable ability to hide even out in the open when they choose to, there's a couple of nasties, some forest trolls. And in fact,
Shit.
the forest trolls aren't the only one, because you can see lumbering out of the forest a great big gray troll.
Uh-oh. Is it Cobblering?
It is Cobblering. You can recognize he has that same weird misshapen crown, and he
Yep.
has some, you can imagine, kind of distinctive scarring perhaps around him. He carries a great big two-handed sword, and he sort of marches up over to be behind his forest goblin men, his troops, and he shouts at you, "Surrender now, intruders in my lands."
No.
My men will tear you apart.
I think not.
You, and he sort of points the great big two-handed sword at Lokar, because Lokar is the one who distracted him. And he says to his men, "Save the dwarf for last. I want him alive."
Yes. Wait, no. Wait, none of that.
And we're gonna go into initiative. So let me tell you a little bit about how combat works before initiative. So every character has a certain number of combat points to spend on stuff based on what you are equipped with and what you're doing and all of that sort of stuff. And this is based on your skills and your specialties and disciplines and all that sort of stuff. You get a certain number of points. The way that doing things in combat works is that generally it either costs you a flat amount of points to do something. So like movement, you have a little bit of free movement, which means every turn you can just move that much for free. And these are 1 meter squares because Riotminds is Swedish, so they use meters to measure. So everybody has a couple of meters of free movement. And then if you want to move more, you spend from your combat pool 2 points per meter up to a maximum determined by your body type. If you want to do most anything else, what you do is you essentially invest points from your pool into the action that you are taking, and that determines your effective skill level for what you're doing. So for instance, I have kind of calculated out a couple of sample attacks for all of you guys that take advantage of 1 round's worth of combat points, and those numbers are out of 20. So it's essentially like everything else. You're trying to roll low below a number on a d20, and if you successfully roll below said number, then you succeed at hitting or at parrying or any of that sort of stuff.
All right.
There's another little complicated thing, which is to say that every weapon you use has weapon actions, and this is the total number of actions that said weapon can perform in 1 round. I think Aemond is the only one who really has to worry about that because he's the only one who has enough points to get a whole lot of attacks off. But for instance, Aemond, your sword has 3 weapon actions and your shield has 2. So hypothetically, you could attack 3 times with the sword and protect yourself twice with the shield.
Is that on my sheet, the points per weapon? Do you know?
Yes, that's WA.
Let's see.
That's the weapon attacks, right? Is WA?
Got it.
WA under Bardus Sword, and then I have it in the notes for medium reinforced shield.
Okay.
So on the sheet, under combat points, so that's the number of points. So free combat points, all right? So he gets 14, and the points associated with each item is how much it costs to use those?
The combat points are associated with each item are how many points he has for things related to that item.
Yep.
So Aemond has 14 free to use on anything. He has 8 that he can use on attacks and parries, 4 that he gets to use on anything as long as he's armed, and 8 that he can use on one-handed heavy weapons, 6 that he can use on his shield. So that's why the calculation is important.
I have a free CP of 10, and then I have bows and slings at 6. Does that mean I could dump everything into one shot at 16?
You absolutely could.
Okay. Or I could do like 2 shots at 11.
Or you could do a couple of shots at lower numbers, or you could dump most everything into, like one big shot. So like I calculated out you can have a shot at 12 and 11.
Oh, I see. That's what's underneath there.
Yeah, that's what's underneath there. So
why does it say -1 initiative? Is that because I'm dumping a combat point into an initiative modifier?
That's because that's your effective initiative for the round if that's what you want to do.
Oh, and that's based on the weapon.
Is based on the initiative of whatever weapon and shield and armor you're using.
So on the weapons, so WA is weapon attacks. IM
Yes.
is initiative modifier, I take it?
Initiative modifier.
What's PV?
PV is the protection value.
Okay.
So protection value is basically it's like DR. It's how much damage is automatically reduced by. The BV is the I don't remember the specific term, but it's basically the hit points of the item.
Yeah.
So if you try
Is
to
it
parry,
break value?
I think break value is probably.
Okay.
If you try to parry a sword swing with your bow, for instance, the bow will automatically absorb 2 points for free, and then will take everything else to BV.
Okay.
Which means your bow can break pretty quickly if you
And
get
what is
into it.
E damage?
E damage is just extra damage.
Okay. And then OR?
OR is the open roll.
Right. That's
So-
when we crit, right? That's what
Yeah.
Triggers the exploding dice.
Yeah, exploding dice are based on the specific type of weapon that you're
Yeah,
using.
I remember that from last time. Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So obviously lower is better on OR.
Lower is
More
better on
is better.
OR.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right.
So the first thing we do is we are going, assuming that you guys want to fight, because these guys are not interested in talking.
And one more question here.
Yes.
Evade chance. Where is that going to come into play?
Evade chance, you can spend your whole turn evading, and that basically allows you to dodge all incoming attacks.
Otherwise, you got to spend one action for each thing.
Otherwise, you got to spend an action to deal with each attack.
And we need to budget for defenses as well, right?
Yes. You don't have to as much because you have a bow, so hopefully you don't get into melee combat.
Also, I'm a inveterate coward. So,
Yeah, so.
Well, that's a
but-
good call. Maybe I realize it's more mechanical a little bit, but what's our personalities? So Eamon, who I didn't play before, obviously he's a warrior to the hilt, if I recall, right?
He's
Bellicose.
very much a warrior.
Yep. A man of few words and more sword swings.
yep.
Yes.
He also has a very low threshold for tolerance of Locar's
Troll.
bullshit.
Or trolls in
Just
general.
based on how Carl played it before.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Cool.
Sven had a very high tolerance. Dota was kind of just impatient with the lot.
Right.
Okay. So I think that makes sense.
Go ahead.
And we had to sort of figure out what we're spending at first, or do we spend it on like now I'll try this, now I'll try that?
So you have to figure out what you're using first, because that affects your initiative.
Okay.
But you don't have to choose how you're spending it until you actually do it.
Sweet. Okay, that's awesome.
So what everybody's going to do is click the little initiative button, and then when it prompts for a modifier, you're just going to use the modifier that I've listed for whatever kind of combination of things you want to use. So like, if for instance, Eamon, like if you don't want to use your sword on this turn, you won't have the that initiative penalty to your initiative roll, but then you can't use your sword in this round.
Can I ask? So one of my sample things is 20/3.
Yeah, so that's one attack at 20, one attack at 3.
No, I got that. I just don't know how you get that out of 16 because my total is 16.
Your total, so your total is 10 free CP plus 4 for attacks and parries,
Right.
plus 3 for armed, plus 6 for bows and slings.
This game, holy shit!
So yeah, that's where the math comes in. That's why I did the math beforehand.
Yeah.
So that hopefully most of your attacks,
'Kay.
most of the time, you can just use the listed
14.
attacks.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to lead me through, Arlen, the first few anyway.
Yikes! So, and combat actions is the maximum number of ways I can divide it out.
No, combat actions is points that you have for things other than attacking,
So,
like moving or dodging or things like that.
is intimidating? Would that be part of it too, or is that not a thing?
Intimidating isn't really a thing.
Okay,
in
no, that's
this,
fine. I don't plan on doing that anyway.
But moving is the big one. So you have 1 meter of free movement, but you have 4 points that you can spend on combat actions other than attacking and defending.
Okay.
So you could hypothetically move without taking away from your bow shot. You could move 3 meters every turn,
Yeah. Okay.
which is just 3 squares.
So if Kevin had 20 something,
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand the same then. So I have 13 free combat points.
Yes.
3 for armed. So I see how we got to 16. But I also have attack and parries. Is attack and parries not... when we did a calculation for Kevin, it seemed like that was included in that. So is that 8 for attack and parries something else in my case?
Yeah, so you have 16 free for +3 armed, which is 16 for the first attack, and then 8 for attacks and parries, and 8 for one-handed light left hand, which gives us 16 for the second attack. So that's why you have Glack, which is your short
16
sword,
and
at
16.
16 and 16.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I
two attacks or 2 parries at 16 out of 20.
Oh boy.
So right now we decide, and as far as so am I? Let's just say, well, let's see, because my question is Eamon going to be able to get there this round? But of course, is that somewhat dependent on what I use?
Yeah. So you're going to be able to move at least. Take a look at your combat actions.
Yep, I see that.
Right. So that plus your free movement, that's how much you could move from what Arlen said.
So 3 for free.
Yeah.
So 3 squares. Is that a meter per square?
A meter per square, 3 squares for free.
Afterwards, 2 combat points per meter. Okay, so I am. Let's see.
So you can move up to 10 meters in one round, I think, because you're a human. So you can definitely move in if that's what you want to do.
Is cover a thing? Do I have to spend combat points to get cover?
What I'll do is, yeah. So there are a couple of modifiers for ranged attacks, particularly.
Yep.
And I'll consider if you have cover, that's basically the same as being in melee combat, which is a -5 to their skill roll.
I like that. Okay, sounds good.
Or if you're in a position where you're like totally covered and you're not doing anything in response, then that'll be, you just can't be attacked because like if you hide behind aim and you don't do anything this round.
Okay, so let me
So
figure this out
I'll be
here.
able to get there and get an attack in when it's my turn, right, Arlen? If I understand correctly.
You can if that's what you want to do. You can also kind of form up. So these 3 guys in the middle with fists on them, they just have shields and small weapons. The other 2 have small kind of short bows, but they also have backup weapons.
Okay.
So,
and do we have to tell you if we're using our shield? Just the weapon, right?
Well, everything that you're planning on using in the round adds to the total initiative cost.
Okay.
So you have to decide before we get into it what stuff you're planning on using.
Okay. All right. So I think I got mine budgeted out here. Hello, sweetie. And I'm gonna use my bow.
All right.
I'm ready, so I say. I'll be wrong, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I got right.
So let me roll for them /R 1d10 exploding minus, and let me double check what their.
I just gotta be 1 second. I think it's starting to rain out.
Of course. Initiative base plus. That's -3, so that's +0. They don't have armor. Okay. Yeah. All right. The initiative for all of the goblins is an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, why the fuck are you wet?
Right. Something went wrong if Anna's wet. Right.
All right. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. I dig this, the idea of having to figure out where you want to go, and it allows you to go, go big or go home.
Yeah,
I'm going to try and be conservative, I think, at first.
Yeah. And initiatives, so the initiative roll is an open roll. It explodes on a 10 for everybody. So hypothetically, you could get like a 20 or 30 initiative.
Sweet.
And be automatically first in your round.
And do you take your whole round when it's your turn?
When it's your turn, you take as much of your turn as you want to. You can't reserve actions except like parries and stuff.
Okay. And can you change actions once you're committed?
You can change actions as long as it doesn't cost you more initiative.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, so mine is -2.
So yours is -2 for using the bow. If you decide you only want to move and don't want to use the bow on your turn, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Because
Got it. So you pick the slowest possible thing you're doing, and then you can choose to then spend your combat points however you want on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yes.
awesome. Okay, so I'm
Enemy's
initiatizing.
being his sword,
Look
but
out.
Not his shield.
It's an 8. Oh shit! I didn't have it on a fucking token. Sorry. The amount of times I remind you guys of this shit, you think I'd know it?
It's okay.
Can you add me in? Yeah, thanks.
I have to do them anyway. So
Do you declare before you roll? Does it matter? Just roll, and then we'll tell you.
based on what you roll, I'll be able to see what you.
Well, what do I? So I may have missed it. So I roll initiative combat, but what do I mark on here to indicate what I've chosen to use?
I think you just add the modifier.
Well, yeah, all it is.
Modifier and
Yeah, you pick the modifier from the thing the slowest thing you might use, and
Where
then
do
you
I
get.
type that in?
It'll ask you for a modifier. Once you click on the
Oh,
initiative button,
sorry.
it'll prompt you.
Got it. Didn't get that far.
Dota, look at your 17. Fucking nice one.
That makes sense.
care on an 8 and Amond. Yeah, you just when it prompts for the modifier, you'll type the modifier.
9.
Amond is also on a 9. All right. Descending. Dota and Amond.
Okay.
You guys get to go first.
Show offs.
Okay, so we.
Oh, Arlen, would it be possible to see their combat bars too? The other PCs?
Oh yeah, it is not. Oh, I will do that.
Yeah, I can only see mine right now, just so I can see how everyone's gonna think.
I show red bars above them, but I could be.
Oh no, above our heroes.
Oh, above us. Yeah.
See.
It's the
Can
only
you see him now?
bars above ours.
I can see both of them now. I can't see the numbers, but I can see them. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the other thing we haven't covered is that as you take damage, you take progressively worse penalties to everything that you do, which is part of the danger of getting into combat, because you can end up with like a -7 on every sword swing, which if you're only attacking at like a 16, obviously.
We have that fate stuff too, though, which we can use.
You have Roud or Fate.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay, and
So 3 meters.
that can
for free.
ignore shot. I can look it up. Sorry,
Okay. I think technically you can only ignore if it kills you as written, but
Okay.
I'm just fine with you guys ignoring a hit if it's like a big hit, because you don't get very much Roud anyway. So
So Dada, do you want to go? Do you want me to go?
Sure.
I'm open.
So 3 meter movement for free. Everything else after that costs me 2 CP. per
Yeah.
meter. So, but I have a graph or however you pronounce this big staff. So I gotta now. Do diagonals count as two?
diagonals, just every second one count as double, like we
Okay.
do with other stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And the tool works. The ruler works if you want to play around with it. It
Mhm.
looks like it's all.
Oh, it's measuring correctly in terms of okay.
cool.
All right. Well, then, so, oops, I gotta go back to select. I think Data will simply just.
So if you're having trouble, I think there's an option for choosing to go after someone. You can't interrupt their action, but you can choose to set yourself in the initiative after an opponent. If that's what I remember, I will double check that.
So you can't hold action in the. You can't reserve some of your actions once you've started your turn. But if you haven't started your turn, you can go after someone else.
If you yes, if you want to wait until somebody else is gone, you can't interrupt them with your action, but you can choose to essentially put yourself at a 7 in initiative and thereby go after them. You take a -5 to your actions for that round, though.
Gotcha.
So
For
there's-
holding action, you take a -5.
for holding the action, for not essentially moving in the natural way, but for kind of stuttering.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's going for Dota or Aemond?
I think Dota started.
Yeah, I moved up, but I'm a melee fighter, so I don't think there's much I can actually, not much further I can do until I get closer, I think.
Okay. Do you want to save the rest for acting on a 7?
Yeah, I think that would make some sense. See if opportunity arises.
Yeah. Sounds good. Aemond.
So my choice has been use the sword, not use the shield, and I think that's because my intention is to be all out. So I'm basically going to look at my 2 comrades like this is it, and then fly into battle. So my thought is I'm not going to put any points to shield on this round. I'm going to put them all into combat, and I'm going to rush into a flank and crush someone. Is the idea?
All right.
So I'm going to run up here. Is my thought, and then which was I get 3 for free. I move 9, so that's remaining of 6 I have to pay for with combat points, if I understand correctly, for 3 combat points. Right, the rest of it.
Do you have combat actions available?
It doesn't have any combat actions, so 6 meters is 12 combat points because it's 2 CP per meter.
Ooh.
That's a lot. Okay.
Does that change what you want to do?
Well, let's see here. So I've only got 14, so that would only leave me with 2. Is that correct?
So that would leave you with 2 from free CP.
2 from 3 CP.
And if you, it's a lot easier if you use it from the already listed ones. So like if your plan was to do the 12, 11, 11 and not use your shield, then you would have lost basically the first 12 and you could attack twice at 11.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
All right.
Do I need to change anything for that plan?
No, you can do it just like you described. You run up to the flank on this archer and do your best to smack him.
All right. Let's see here.
Come on. Oh, let's go to the here. Big money.
Let's see. So just hit the die roll for the sword.
So you hit the attack roll, and then it'll ask you what your skill value is, and you'll just put in an 11.
Oops, I might have. Oh, that's not what I wanted, is it?
So I'll let you keep that damage because that was an awesome roll.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I rolled the one with the sword. That's not the one we're looking for. Attack roll. Got it. The big one. Got it.
Yeah, the big one.
Big button. Got it. Okay.
The ones with the fists have a shield and hand weapon. What do the other guys have?
They have a bow and a hand weapon.
Oh yeah, that bow guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to crush the flank with the bow guy.
That's who I'm shooting next.
Nice. So I can get to Cobberling. Is the theory anyway. Do I did that? So I see a roll for initiative which I didn't need, and I see the damage. Do I need am I missing it to hit? Am I okay?
You're missing it to hit. Yeah, the attack roll, the big one.
Okay.
You click on that, and
let's see. And I'm going to be pretty obtuse here. And the number of combat points at this point I spent. Does that go? What do I put in there? Is that the 4?
You put 11 because that's what you have available to spend on this attack, right? Because remember what I said is that we would just use the first listing.
12, 11.
Sword 12, 11, 11. So you spent 12 of those on movement, but then you spent an 11.
Whoa!
Oh no!
That was such a great damage.
All right, but you have another attack at 11.
Yep. All right. No luck.
Oof.
Okay.
Bowman is agile.
All right. So then it is them and Locare.
Okay.
I'll let you choose if you want to go before or after.
Heck yeah, I want to go before them. I mean, I guess it happened simultaneously. I am running, so I've got 1 free movement and I have 4 combat action points. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get over here. I'm going to spend one of my other points to take cover behind this thing.
Mhm.
So I have 22 left for my shooting stuff. And I am gonna then shooting with my bow. My bow has a range of 30 meters, so that's 30 squares, I think. That dude
Yeah,
within...
30 squares. They're all within that.
Fuck
so.
yeah. This has got his name on it. And I think what I'll do is... I want to get this guy down, so I'm going to go... let's go 17 on the first one and 6 on the second one.
Sounds good.
Okay, so... Let's see here. Is this the right thing here?
I think
Oh,
17
where it
and
says
5.
attack roll. Hey, dummy. Where it says attack roll, put that in. All right, so first one was, I said 17. Boom, hit.
Nice.
Roll damage.
So you can roll damage on
Damage.
this guy.
Bullshit. Damage on it. And the second one will be on a 6. Go. Come on. Big money. No. No money.
Arrow
Alright.
wide.
So
All right.
one out. Oh, and I got to keep track of ammo, too. Do I have... How many arrows?
We're not going to worry about. I
Fuck,
didn't
yes.
populate yours with ammo. You'll have enough for this fight, we'll say.
Fantastic.
'Cause
You know what my favorite possession is? My magic quiver.
You've got the Legolas quiver where it runs out at an inopportune time. Right?
Exactly. You rolled a complication.
with,
Oh,
with a
shit.
personality, and he's an asshole.
All right. Troll
All right.
time.
So, the one that is next to Aemon has to draw a weapon.
How much does
and
that cost?
switch. That costs him 10 of his combat points.
It's 10 to draw a weapon?
Yeah,
Holy shit, that's awesome.
if it's tucked away, that's
Yeah.
what it says. Or if they do not have 10 combat points, it just takes the full action round.
Okay. I like that a lot, too.
Sure.
Because having to make the decision of drawing the weapon and parrying that round or drawing the weapon and attacking is pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. So draw the weapon, and he has, how many points does he have? He only has, so he's left with 5 points worth of attack on drawing. So /R1 D20 less than 5.
Yeah.
No success. So
All right.
this guy has gone.
Okay.
The other ones, so one of these, do they have any free movement?
You know, I'm going to follow along the bestiary.
Free 8, so they can move up to, and do they have a little bit of initiative. 2 CP per 1 meter, maximum 20 meters, because they can move quickly, but they can only move 4, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for this one, and that uses all of his free 1, 2, 3, 4 for this one, and that uses all of his free 1, 2, 3, 4 heading towards Dada. All right, so we're going to resolve the 2 ones with hand weapons and shields on you, Aemond. And that leaves them with 2, 1, 8? Yeah. All right. Leaves them with, what did I say, 11? Yeah. 3 plus 8 is 11. So each of them can make one attack at 11.
Okay.
One success means that he doesn't get an open roll because he's so small. His weapon, it just isn't very big, so he's only going to do 1d10 damage. The 5, which is actually totally blocked by Aemon's armor, because Aemon has armor with a PV of 6.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right,
Awesome.
so one of them swings in, tags you on the chest, but it bounces off the scale and chain that you've got protecting you, does not penetrate the armor. Lokar already went. We're going to take a shot with the remaining archer, and he is going to shoot at a 15. 1d20.
That one, this one, Arlen, the other guy.
Yeah, that one.
Mhm.
And does he have a penalty? He for 20 BP. He's taken 4 points of damage, so no penalty yet.
He's shooting at me.
He's shooting at Dada,
I got it.
but he misses.
Okay.
Arrow goes wide.
Oof.
Dada's okay.
Nice.
Loker's taking your turn. Dada, you have the rest of your turn to take.
Now, so how does rest of turn work in the sense of like, say, so I'm still, about 4 meters away from the closest troll. Is the movement I did previously, am I limited to that movement? Can I move again?
You can move again, but it'll cost you combat points.
Right. So 2
Yeah,
per.
because you already
per
used
meter.
all your free combat points.
Right. And those do those replenish each round? Or
Yeah,
is it-
each round you have your full complement
Right.
of combat
Okay. Good.
points.
Okay. Cool. Just for the reminders. So I could then spend 8 of them.
Yep.
Get up into this troll's face. Still have 5 combat points remaining. No.
You have a lot more than that because you have some from other sources. So if you spend 8, you could make a Glyph attack at 8 and a Glyph attack at 16.
Right, because I didn't really use the full 16 last. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't use any of those.
Getting used
Both
to.
of those attacks would be at -5 though, so they're effective. Effectively, it would be 1 at 11 and 1 at 3.
Right. So maybe.
Or
better
you could
to use
make
the
1 at 14 if you
at
only wanted to do
14.
1.
Yeah, that's probably better. So, the big button that says attack roll.
Big button that says attack roll, and just when it asks
it was -5. You said.
is asking for CP.
Sorry. 16 CP, and then it'll give me the minus after, or should I do the math here?
Just type in 14 for the first one,
Okay.
and because I don't remember if it gives you a minus or not.
This is slightly. Oh
Oh no!
well.
Mm-mm.
All right, so Dada misses. Been kind of whiffy. Cobble Ring is not moving to engage at all. He's gonna let his men soften you up before he comes in and messes.
We remember Cobble.
That's
Ring
right.
bravery.
You just wait back there, big man.
That's right.
We're coming for you.
Which means it's the end of the round, so everybody rolls initiative again.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So the movement, you said we get free movement,
Yes.
right? Do the monsters get free movement too, or do they always have to spend for it?
I think most of them always have to spend for it. A couple of them, I think, have free movement.
Okay, cool. So heroes are always going to be a little bit more maneuverable?
If you invest in it, you have pretty limited, especially if you play the low points game.
Yeah.
It's pretty limited points.
What
but
gives you
yeah,
your free points, and what gives you your combat actions points?
So your combat actions points are based on if you go to skills tab,
Yep.
and it's basically all of the stuff that is under fighting. So you have your basic SV, which gives you your regular free points for anything. Then you have armed fighting. So in your case, you
Yep.
have armed fighting 3, bows and slings 3, which gives you armed fighting gives you 3
Oh,
points.
combat action under battle experience. I see it. Okay.
Yeah. Then battle experience, combat actions, fighter, those give you the other stuff. The free movement is based on agility and combat movement.
And your combat movement skill?
Yeah, your combat movement specialty.
Oh, specialty. Okay.
Yeah, because it's agility.
Oh,
battle
got it.
maneuver,
Okay, so if you invest in that skill, that's what gives you your free movement, and then your combat actions comes from your combat actions specialty
yeah,
or
your
skill or
combat
whatever.
actions comes from your
Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you. I was trying to make sense of how that works. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and I think once you get the handle on it, it's
Oh, totally. Yeah. On it, like I'm looking at the like I'm not trying to run the stats. I just want to understand what's going on in the fight. The stats they've got for the monsters are completely intelligible now.
yeah.
It makes total sense of where the numbers come from and stuff. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Initiative
All right.
time, right? Okay.
Initiative time. So everybody
Kev?
has to decide what they're using and roll initiative, and they're gonna roll initiative 2, which is 1d10 exploding.
Okay. And I have nothing else, just to reiterate, I have nothing else I can use combat actions points on apart from moving or maneuvering or whatever.
You could do it for anything that isn't an attack. So, for instance, if your bow got disarmed, picking up the
okay, cool.
would be a use of
Yep.
combat actions. So there's a couple of options.
Okay, cool.
So, Arlen, last time I was only using my sword. This time I'd like to use my sword and shield. Does that make a difference here? Because I put in -5 before for the sword.
So it's -5 for the sword, -1 for the shield, -2 for the shield, and -1 for your armor. So you'll be at a -8 if you're using everything. You'll be at a -6 if you're just using the sword, because you can't negate the penalty from your armor at all.
Gotcha. Yep. All right. And where's the 2 for the shield? Is that listed here? That's listed under.
Yeah, that's IM under medium reinforced
Sorry,
shield.
got it. Yep. Slowly but surely.
Okay.
I'm getting it. Okay. So -8 because I'm using everything.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
All right, Aemond
Dota, another-
on an 8.
Great initiative roll. Jeez.
Nice.
All right, Dota, you're in combat.
Yep.
You want to hit him?
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go big and just do a full 16 attack against him.
Yeah.
Or it. Because why the heck not?
Mm-hmm.
So is there a penalty to this one, or is it only a penalty for the last one because I had moved and spent, and it was the second half of the round?
It was only a penalty last time because you delayed your action, so there's no penalty on this.
Right. Okay, because it was a delayed react. Okay, so 16. Here we go. There we
Nice.
One.
There you
Nice.
Take that.
All right, so he has a chance to parry.
Okay.
Okay.
He does have a shield, but his chance to parry is only a 6.
go. Well, with my luck.
So we'll see. No success.
There we go.
And that means he used all of his points related to shield already this turn. So now why don't you roll damage?
And the shoot. Sorry, is it the button under the weapons?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the button next to the weapon.
Okay.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
But
Eh.
yeah, you tagged him,
There
and
we
you have
go.
another attack left.
Yeah, I might as well not wait. There's no reason to, so I'll just do the same thing again.
And it doesn't seem like there's a modifier for using a bow while engaged, right, Arlen? Is that what we're seeing?
There is -5.
Oh, there is -5.
Yeah, for firing into melee.
Got
for
it.
firing into melee. But that's another hit, Dada, and he can't parry
Awesome.
now because he's used. Well, he could try to parry with his weapon.
Oh yeah, break your weapon. Do it.
Right.
All right, we'll try. He's gonna try to parry with his weapon.
We should. I mean, we should be. This is an experiment as much as anything else. So let's
Yeah.
use every combat mechanic
Mhm.
we can, right?
One success, so he successfully parries with his hand weapon, and then I'm gonna put in the green where you guys can't see how much he has left.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be complicated tracking all of these guys and how much they have left every time. All right, Forest Troll has been tagged and he's down to very little. The other Forest Trolls, though, so the Archer is going to take a pot shot at Lokare, which is going to be -5 for cover. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
So he is going to attack at a net of a 10.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I can't dodge that. Okay.
Nope. So it's only 1d10, not any exploding. Okay.
And why doesn't his explode?
Because he's a small creature.
Oh, interesting.
So it's exploding is based on weapon size, and the scale of the weapon is assumed to scale up with the creature. Basically,
Okay.
he's using a bow sized for him.
I love
so his attacks can't explode.
Now, I have... Where would I find my... If I have armor, where is it?
You do not have armor.
That would be why I
If
can't
you had
find it.
armor, it would be under armor and shields.
Okay, so no, I think because I took 5, I am at a penalty now, am I not?
You're not at a penalty. You're only at lightly damaged.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you're not at a penalty yet.
Oh, it automatically calculates that in the sheet. Nice. Light damage. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm at 23. That's when I'm beginning to be in trouble, right?
Yeah, at 23, you're going to take a -1, and then at the next stage, it's a -3, and then it's a -7, and then it's dying.
Okay. Okay.
Each sort of quarter of your health.
Okay.
Don't even think about it, Looker. You'll be fine.
Oh, it's nothing. Right. One arrow. Oh, you got the rest of the trolls.
Yeah, I've got the rest of the guys. So the archer is going to save because he wants to parry your attack if you attack him. The other two are going to attack with their weapons, but they have shields, so they'll be able to hypothetically parry. So 2d20 less than 15. One success.
Okay.
Or 1d10 damage is 2 points of damage, which does not get through your armor. So another one connects,
awesome.
But it doesn't do anything to you. Aemond, what are you going to do?
Clang.
Aemond is going to, let's see, 3 foes. I think he's going to split into 2. Let's see what happens with that. He's going to go for 2 attacks. He's going to split his points between 2 attacks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And,
well, which listing are you planning on?
Oh, right.
That's the easiest way to do it instead of trying to calculate every round.
Yeah, I was going advanced way before my time to do that. 15, 16, does that sound right?
16, and then if you want to reduce your shield to the minimum, you can add 3 more points to that. So you could be at, 17, 17.
I mean,
technically, when he hit you, you could have parried with your shield if you wanted to, but I thought I'd roll damage first because it might not matter.
My only hesitation was my only hesitation on that is I got 3 foes, so I'm a little bit hesitant to minimize my shield.
Well, but they've already all gone.
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah.
Got it. Interesting. Yes.
This round, it might make sense to just minimize your shield and you could do 17, 17.
I mean, why would I do otherwise then? Let me ask the opposite. There's no reason to put any in shield, right? If I go after them.
No reason to put any in shield. It's just a matter of, do you want to make more attacks than 2, for instance? Because you have up to 3 weapon attacks with your sword. So if you wanted more chances to hit,
rather than better chances to hit,
instead of a better chance to hit, you could do that.
All right. Yeah, given that information, let's go with the 3 swings, 3 cuts.
3 cuts. All right.
For some troll cold cuts. And
12 and 11 and 11 is
same as before, right? So 12, 11, 11.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I put in 12 here. Good start.
Nice.
Awesome. Which one were you targeting?
Let's go. Let me see. So on the one hand, the melee fighters, are they greater threats in this situation?
They're definitely a little bit greater threats because they have shields.
Yes.
But
I guess the alternative is that theoretically the archer could attack others. Whereas the others can't. And I'm better defended. But I'll go after the melee. I was just trying to go through all the thinking process.
Which of the lower one or the upper one?
I'm gonna go with this one.
Yeah, upper one. All right, he's gonna try to parry with his shield.
Okay. So I rolled.
Has a.
Oh no, you go first.
You have a 6. Yes, he has a 6. No successes. So roll damage.
Okay. Ooh.
5 minimum damage, but
Clipped him.
Does that give him a... No, that doesn't give him a penalty yet.
Okay.
Hit harder, Aemond.
But you see, that's why you take 3 cuts rather than 1. You're not as susceptible to the...
He can't parry now because he already used all his points in parrying.
Interesting. You know that, I mean, all that seems to slide me towards more attacks is better to soak up that parry, their parry points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More attacks is definitely a good...
All right, 12, 11, 11, taking another cut. Same guy, focusing it.
Yep.
Yes.
Roll damage.
Okay. Slowly but surely.
Nice.
7. All right. He is now taking a -3 to all actions.
Mm-hmm. Last attack at 11.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh no.
so close.
Narrow.
Not quite enough.
Clipped off his bracer.
All right. Locaire.
Hello. All right. I'm gonna go same as last time, I think, but I got a little better chance on that second shot now. 17 and a 6.
All right.
So where's my character sheet? Go. Attack roll. 17. Boom. Come on. Yes.
Nice. And he can't dodge or anything, so roll damage.
And he can't dodge because he dumped everything into his shot.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
He already went and did his action, so he can't
6.
choose to evade.
Eat that.
Nice.
And then my second one is a... Did I say 6? Okay, come on. Boom. Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, but you've clipped him,
Heck yeah.
and now we're rolling initiative again.
You've
Awesome.
introduced yourself, Loker.
Here it is. It's my time to shine here. Locaire's time to shine. Okay, minus...
They're going on a 6.
Boom. 6. Did I fuck up my... No, I didn't. I was on the token.
6. No.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. I keep forgetting to do that. Oh no! I gotta.
That's pretty fucking good for rolling a
Mine
1.
is- yeah, Dada has a
Right.
couple of big modifiers to initiative.
Yeah.
One of the things.
Yeah.
And Aemon's on a 5, short descending. All right, Dada, it is your turn first again.
Despite rolling a 1.
Despite rolling a 1. Well, because this is a character who is built for kind of
Yeah.
movement and high initiative.
Well, I mean, I'm a shady rogue.
Yeah.
All
Say
right. So,
shady or shitty?
well, shady certainly. Shitty has yet to be seen.
After going through the troll latrine, might be both.
That's true.
Dum,
I mean,
dum.
it's been months. It's been months, you said. So hopefully I got a fast.
Yeah, but who knows how long it lasts?
That's true. It's just acidic. It just sits in the clothing. I can't afford more. Okay. So maybe let's try Aemon's strategy here and break this up a bit.
Yeah, you could hypothetically do 8, 8, 8, and 8 and use, because you get 4 weapon attacks with your short sword.
Wow.
Yeah, let's be crazy. Let's try that. So attack roll 8. And let's hope for some luck. This is gonna be nope.
Not on that one.
Okay, it's just one.
Just getting it out of your system, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
There we go.
That is a hit. All right, so he's going to try to parry at a 6. No success, so roll damage.
Yes.
Come on.
7 points of damage. Nice.
Decent.
And you still have 2 more attacks.
Yeah. Let's try this. There we go.
Nice.
Vice.
And he
He's
doesn't
going to
have
parry
anything-
with his weapon,
All right.
and so
He's going to try.
He's going to try to parry with his weapon, but he has a 15
try.
now.
Mm.
So he does succeed in
okay.
parrying with the weapon.
So
But you still got 1 more attack, and he's used everything that he's got in the tank.
all right. Well, yeah. Let's just do one final one. Nope.
Ugh.
Nope.
Okay. So I gambled and I lost, but
No, but you hit him and did damage, and,
Well, yeah,
and you
yeah.
negated him
That's
as a threat
from,
for you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for
Because
sure.
he had to use everything on parrying. You have essentially made it so that he can't do anything.
Oh,
with his turn.
okay. I am only just cluing in. I'm so slow. I'm sorry. I understand the significance of that now. So now he can't. He's just sitting there like a dumbass.
Right.
Yeah, he's so in the fiction we can imagine that you've got this sort of furious assault, and he's sort of on the back foot trying to desperately covering himself with his shield and just can't get anything
Okay.
in on you.
Then I think that absolutely kind of clinches it. More attacks is better because
Indeed.
it's not even if you don't cause damage.
Right.
you're denying them an action on their turn, and that has huge mechanical benefits.
Soaking up their combat
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Loker, heroes get to go first.
Love it. I'm doing the same thing. 17-6. I want to kill this fucking troll. Let's see here. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Yes.
Nice. Roll damage.
Go. Boom. Yeah.
No, that's
Nice.
the exploding dice. So you outright kill. Where does your arrow land that you kill this forest troll?
I think we've been exchanging shots back and forth, so he reaches back and grabs his next arrow, and he comes up in time to see it right in his eye.
Nice.
Yep. Harold Godwinson style.
Yeah. Is there a hitting an ally thing from firing into melee?
I will double check. I don't think there is.
Then we're firing in.
In
I need a
Warcraft,
nat 1.
I think it's.
So I'll apply the -5 for firing into melee. I have a 1 to try and hit this troll that's engaged with Dota.
So I think what I'm going to rule is if you roll a 20, you'll have to roll against Aemond.
Makes sense to me. Oh, I'm firing against Dota though.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
against Dota. Yeah, you'll roll.
Fuck
won't
you,
go that
aim
far.
it.
You roll a 20, you might hit.
I'm bad of a shot, am I? Jesus. All right, so let's hear. Here we go.
I didn't buy a round last time at the tavern. Is it?
Yeah.
Apparently. All right, here we go. Big money. Come on. No, close though.
Pretty good roll.
Pretty
but-
good roll.
All
Okay,
right.
so next time.
So one of them is dead. One of them can't do anything. We
Okay.
have 3 trolls left. So we're gonna find out if Aemond saved anything for the shield. So first one, the archer has 15 points to you. He noticed that you attacked the shielded guy, so he's gonna dump his points
Can I-
into an
can I ask a
attack and not
question?
save for parry.
Your combat points, they refresh at the start of your turn, right?
They were refresh at the start of the round.
Oh, okay. So if he's invested points into shield right now, he's good to make a defense.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So that means that just as we were just talking earlier about denying the enemy, using up all their combat points, it goes the other way too.
Yeah.
That if I
They could-
go on that relentless attack and use all 32 of my combat points in my round, I'm now defenseless.
You're technically defenseless too, right?
Right.
But
Right.
you
Well, I
you-
can't parry. I'm relying completely on my DV. Was it called? My PV.
PV, you're
Yeah, and you don't
passive,
have
yeah.
any armor, so
Yeah.
you would be
Oh, wow.
defenseless.
Right.
But you so
Arlen-
but that's the trade-off, right? So
Mhm.
you're in a pretty good spot because you've only got 1 on you, and you can sort of take away all of his
But
points.
if I had
You're-
like 2 or 3 on me, I would
Yeah.
want to be much more hesitant to go on a rampage like that.
yes,
So Arlen, since you said though, we'll see if Aemon saved any for the shield, but since I'm going afterwards, I've saved everything for the shield mandatorily, isn't that true?
yes, that is true. What I meant more was on your initiative if you spent to use the shield.
Yeah, I minus 8, so I'm good for everything. I
Yep.
think.
So you're good
Holy
for the shield.
Shit.
All right.
That's slow.
So, first one is the archer, no success,
Okay.
and then each of the infantry. The first one is at a 15, and the second one's at a 12. No success on that one, and then the last one gets 1 success.
Okay.
Do you want to parry with your shield?
Interesting. So at this point, if I don't parry, I'm just betting that he gets 6 or less damage, which would clang off my armor, right?
Exactly.
Or I deal with that risk by spending points on parry. Tell me how much parry costs again.
Parry is just like an attack. You invest the points into it.
Oh, interesting.
So,
Yeah.
for instance, if you still want to make 3 attacks, you
Mhm.
could you have 6 points that can only be used on a shield any round. So you could hypothetically make essentially a free shield parry with those 6 points right now
Let's
because you can't use them for anything else.
let's give it. Let's test it out. Let's do that.
Yeah, and if you fail, then hopefully your armor holds.
What button do I use? The still attack, the same attack roll button,
Yeah, the same attack roll.
Okay.
Mm.
and I put 6 into that. Is that correct?
You put 6 into that.
Oh,
Nice.
How about that?
Excellent. So yeah, he thought he had you, but you catch his blade on your shield pretty easily and drive him back.
Sweep it aside.
And now it's your turn, Aemond.
Nice. And I still got my 3 attacks, but one of them at a lower point value. Is that correct?
No, all your attacks at the same point value because you only used points
3.
that could only be used on the shield.
Got it. Yep.
Right, you got 6 points a turn that you can only use on shield actions, and so you only use those points so far.
I see. Yep.
So you still got the full 12, 11, 11.
If I wanted to go above 6 on the shield, that would cut into my attack points.
If you wanted to go above 6, then that would cut into your attack.
Okay. So 12, 11, 11. Here we go.
Excellent.
All right.
Focusing on the wounded one.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you for noticing. Exactly.
Nice.
Oh, look at this.
Nicely done. Holy
So
smokes.
that's a critical success. I'm going to rule that he can't parry with his shield on a critical success because that seems fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you roll damage?
All right.
Big damage.
Holy hell.
If he hadn't been wounded, you would have killed him outright.
Yeah, that's
As
amazing.
wounded, yeah, you finish him off easily and still have 2 more attacks. The one with his shield still has his shield points. The one that was an archer who dropped his bow, he doesn't have any points left. So he can't parry you.
Definitely
You wanted to focus on him.
going for the archer with no ability to defend.
Yep.
12, 11, 11. Putting an 11 in there. Aemond is just unstoppable right now.
Love it.
All right, roll damage.
He's spitting and cursing. I would say them if I knew what his curses were. Oh, boom. That's pretty good, right?
10 points of damage. That's good. Yeah.
Mm,
You've taken him down to half.
All right.
nice.
Last one. Same
Last one.
guy. Okay. Got to miss
All
there.
right. Miss on that one.
Miss on that one.
All right. And that's the end of the round.
Fruitful.
So let me roll initiative for them.
Awesome. Okay.
They're acting on a 1.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, I
Thought
did it.
on a 12.
Bowling it up again. Come on. 7. Not bad.
Loker's on a 7. Aemond.
I was just reading, Arlen, about feint in this, and I think that's a really fucking clever way of handling it.
Yeah, there's some cool optional rules. The disarm is really what they should be doing to Aemond. If I'm not gonna let the forest trolls do that, but Cobble Ring, assuming you kill these forest trolls, he might try a disarm.
Cool.
Which is pretty brutal.
Cool. So I'm debating on whether it makes sense for me to switch it up because I have one less attacker. Whether I should, and my only choice here, kind of really, is to whether to include shield or not. Right, Arlen?
Yes.
That's my main.
That's your big choice.
That's my
It's
big
because
choice.
your armor you have to use, your sword presumably you want to use.
Yes.
So it's whether you want to include your shield in your initiative or not.
It's going well. I'm going to stick with it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So select this 8.
And you have Aemond, despite taking an 8 penalty, he has a natural +8 to his initiative, so it's a net of 0.
Got it.
So yeah,
Cool.
Aemond gets to go on an 8.
That's pretty good.
Excellent. So once again, Dada, as usual, gets to go first.
Yeah, I mean, I see no reason. I'm going to do the same thing again because it's safe in this case. 8, 8, and 8. Boom.
Nice.
I got to get used to red being a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't get to parry because that's a 1. So roll damage.
Oh, sweet. Okay, right.
Nice.
Wow.
He's dead. How do you kill him?
I feel like I take the glass, ram it backwards in one big thrust, just skewer him all the way through top to bottom.
Oh, the
Nice.
glyph is just that's really cool. The glyph is a short sword. It's
Oh,
not
never mind.
the
I thought.
elven
Oh
weapon.
no, I'm
You
going by
weren't
the image.
else, but
Oh yeah.
but you can still
Well-
do a move like that. Pull it back
Short
and
sword?
skewer him.
It's a troll. I'll just skewer his head then.
Yeah,
Yep.
excellent. Do you want to do anything else?
Can I move?
You can move. You
And
can
do I
split
still
up your
get-
move and attacks however you want, as long as you have points for it.
So do I still have the 3 free meters?
You still have the 3 free meters,
Okay.
plus
I might
whatever
be
you
a
want to spend on it.
a little conservative and just kind of move. Oh, is that going to be in? That's going to be in Lokar's way. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
You're not going to charge Cobberling?
I mean, no. I think actually I could do 1, 2. I can go there and try to get a little closer to help Aemond.
Yeah,
Very
you
nice.
can. So you've got a lot of
And then
extra points. You
yeah,
could go in with
I
those
do-
points to.
2, 4, and spend 4 points.
Yeah.
There
So
we
you
go.
still have an 8, and a 4.
Yeah, I'll try an 8 against that one there.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I think I'll save the rest just in case.
just
But,
for parries. Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, I might be able to provoke a parry in this case, which would help both Aemond and I, because it lasts for the round, right?
yeah.
There we go.
Nice. So he's gonna try a shield parry. Does succeed, but he
But
used
it's
the
used.
shield.
Right? So there we go. That's useful.
Yeah.
I
And
really
then-
like this mechanic
yeah, it's really cool. It's a neat.
because I like it. It very much encourages you to think very strategically.
Yeah.
It works. It obviously, I think this is about as big a fight as you could have on the DM side to keep track of everything, because if
Ask
you
how
have
difficult it is to track all the NPC.
yeah, tracking all of the NPCs is a little
Daunting.
complicated.
Mhm.
But Aemond, it is your turn.
Okay, let's. I'm going to continue on the because my strategy before was to collapse the left side and get to Cobberling, they can kill the king and the rest fade. But his troops are pretty fadey already. I will. Yeah, you know what? I'm going after the archer. He's wounded. That's the only way to go. Okay.
Yep.
So 12, 11, 11.
12, 11, 11. If you only want to save 6 in the tank for your shield.
Oh.
So that's the thing, is you could reduce some of those attacks in order to have more left for a shield parry if you want to
I'm
save
going
it.
before them. The difference being the last 2 rounds I went after them, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yes.
That's a great call. But anyway, I got him on that one. So
yeah, I'm on that one. He's going to try to parry with a 15 because that's using up all of his weapon points.
Mhm.
He succeeds, so he parries. And one of the things, rules as written, we would roll damage for 2 done to his weapon at this point also. I think that for NPCs is a lot of bookkeeping, and yeah, it seems unnecessary to me. But that's another for those tuning in. We're not playing quite exactly how the rules are written, just so you know.
Gotcha.
But we never do on the channel. So all right, so he parries, but you've still got 2 attacks on him.
Nice. All right, 11.
Nice. He can't parry, so roll damage.
Okay.
Oh, how do you kill this one?
Awesome.
I think I just sweep down with a clavicle shot, right at the base of the neck, and bury it into a deep cut. He
Nice.
slides off into the ground.
And you've still got 1 attack for the last forest troll.
So now this is where I really need to make a decision on points, right? So do I want to schluff some points off to? So I automatically have 6
Yes.
shield, right? In reserve for shield, but do I want more than that?
Shield automatically.
Right.
You can reduce your total points spent on your sword attacks to add to that reserve.
I mean, we've got him outnumbered at this point. There's just one foe. It's Aemond. He's not, he wants to be tactical, but he's no wilting lily. So he's going to ignore that. 6 for shield is fine, and he's going to go with the 11 on this final attack.
Nice.
Boom.
Boom. Nice.
All right. He can try to parry with his weapon, but that's going to take all of his points.
Okay.
So succeeds in a parry, but he doesn't have any points left for his turn. So
Nice.
Loker, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm reading through the rules, and there's no defenses against range attacks, is there?
No.
So if they're moving, then I get a penalty against them. Or if they dive behind something, I get a penalty. But otherwise, they're just fucked, aren't they?
So the only thing I would let you use a shield as a defense or apply a modifier, but nobody on the other side. Well, he's carrying a shield, but he's already used it, so he's a.
Oh no, I'm going to shoot Cobble Ring.
And Cobble Ring has a two-handed weapon, no shield. So
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So.
Oh, that's punishing.
Yeah, it's pretty deadly. Okay, so I think he's in short range. I think as well, right?
You to,
Where is he?
yeah, he's definitely in short
range. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well then, seeing that my allies have felled the other trolls and that Dota's and Aemond are about to put an end to that last remaining one, I look back over at Cobble Ring. What's the look on his face right now?
He is growing angrier and angrier as you cut down his forest trolls. You can tell he's kind of readying his weapon. He's getting ready to, join the fray.
Well, let's see if we can't speed things along here. I am gonna, let's see here, divide him up as, I really want to hit him, so I'm gonna do 17 and 6 again.
Yep.
Okay, so first one here, 18, boom, come on. Yes! Take this, ugly. 1 point of damage. I'm gonna guess that doesn't go through his armor.
Does not get through his armor.
Okay, let's see if the second one's a little better. Come on. No, very close though.
Most unfortunate.
Okay, 2 off.
All right, beast. Let's see what you got.
Cobble Ring's on a 1.
All right.
Let's see if we have his attention.
Cobble Ring didn't plan on acting this turn because he's still got men. So it's just his troll who is out of points.
Yeah.
So we're at the end of the round. Cobble Ring will be acting next turn.
Nice. Okay.
So everybody is gonna roll initiative again.
And he needed to he did mechanically need to decide that at the beginning of the round, Arlen?
Yeah. Basically, I had already decided that he wasn't going to get involved until either you guys attack him or you finished off all his men.
Oh, but and mechanically though, he could change his mind, but it would cost him points. Is that accurate?
Mechanically, what he could do, so rules as written, there's an option that I don't like as much where you can change what stuff you want to use and go at a lower initiative. I think that is kind of flaky, and it's better to just say, no, you get to use what you spent on.
Okay.
But like I said, I decided he wasn't going to go that round.
Yeah. I was just trying to understand like what the behind the curtain. Okay.
Well, I guess the upside is, like the upside, if he rolled really well on initiative, he wouldn't be responding to what everyone else did. He would have to make the decision to go down. And I'm assuming you can't go below 0 in initiative.
You can with penalties.
Oh, okay.
Right, because for instance, Aemon takes a -8 to using his sword and shield and his armor.
Okay.
He has a +8 from his skills, so it nets out to a 0. So he's never going to have a negative. Yeah. But if he didn't have those skills, he would be in trouble.
Okay. The reason I asked, I was curious whether they could, if they couldn't spend below, then that would be one balancing thing. But okay.
Yep.
All right, Aemond.
Just thinking about this. Yeah, we're gonna go the same. Oh,
nice.
Aemond's feeling it.
Yeah, that's that exploding roll.
Very nice.
All right, descending. Dada gets to go first.
All right. I'm gonna.
So you will not provoke an attack of opportunity if you stay within contact of the opponent. If, for instance, you want to use some of your free movement to move like over here, where Cobble Ring won't just rush you.
Right. Put the troll between.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm still within melee range. So same kind of rules as other games.
Yeah, you're just sort of sidling along sideways.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that, and then I'll open with an 8 to see what I can provoke and do.
Nice.
Oh, that's close.
All right. So shield parry, success, but you used up a shield.
Okay. So I want to do a 16. Okay. We'll do another 8. I should have done the 16.
Clearly,
Well, two more.
Yeah, we'll just go. We'll wail on him completely then at this point. Oh no, maybe.
Okay.
One more.
Oh my god.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Jeez.
streak
Roll
has-
20. What are you doing to us?
All right. Amond.
all right.
I'm just going to check on that hound.
Yes.
Yeah, cut a cut at the last immediate foe here, the 12. Oh, now what's is there a fumble?
I don't think it's it's always a failed attack, but it's not. It just means you missed the target.
Okay.
It's not a fumble.
All right. After an awkward start, he takes another cut at 11.
Yep.
There we go.
Excellent. So he's
Back
going to
on
weapon parry. And he fails. So
Nice.
roll damage.
20s for everyone.
20s for everybody.
Oh.
Minimum
Okay.
damage, but you did hit him.
Hit him.
You got one more.
Yep. All right. And let's see now. And again, the shield decision. Maybe eyeing Cobberling with with a wary eye back there of when he's going to get involved. Which is undoubtedly soon, since this is his last ally. At this point, I'm going to make I'm going to change it up a little bit because maybe it makes sense tactically, but at least it's just mixing it up. And I'm going to reserve some more points for shield here, anticipating Cobberling's going to rush in any moment.
He has a big two-handed sword, and he is 1.5 times the size of a person, which means that he gets a bigger open roll, essentially.
So this is a matter of just a simple mathematics of I got 11 points. I can just whittle that down to whatever I want to save it for shield, right? Just a 1-for-1 situation.
1-for-1 to save for shield from that. So you could do like an attack at 6 and a defense at 11, or however you want to divide it up.
Do that. That's fine. Let's do. So I'll make an attack at 6.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, another 20.
No connection.
No connection. Well, I made the right call. I would have missed either way. There we go.
That's true. All right, so the forest troll, he doesn't have anything left, and he doesn't have any free movement, so he can't even move over to give Cobblering more room. Cobblering takes. Let me see what he doesn't have free movement either. I don't think, but his movement doesn't cost quite as much. It's 2 CP per 1.5 meters because he's bigger.
Wow, yeah. Big stride.
So he is going to 1, 2, 3. That's 4 CP. 1, 2 for another 4. So that's 8 of his combat points. Two-handed weapons. That leaves him with an 11 to attack at Amond.
Okay.
He's actually, I think he's seen what you guys do. He's gonna attack at a 6 and a 5 instead of at an 11 to try to, get through Amond's shield block. But the 6 does not connect, and the 5 does not connect.
Nat 20.
The gamble did not pay off.
He's stiff. He's just been sitting back there. He's stiff and cold.
Yep. He should have, been in the fight like you guys. To front so you can see. All right, Locair.
Yes. So he's in. Gosh, he's in melee now.
Yeah. So it's -5 to.
Yeah. So I think I'll do one shot at 8 and one shot at 5. So it'll be 13 and 10. So one at 13, or sorry, one at 8.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Okay. Thwack. Fucking nat 20.
All right.
So who am I attacking?
A roll again against. Well, which of the two were you targeting? The small forest troll or the big?
No,
troll?
I'm shooting the big guy. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So Aemon's the only one next to him. So roll again versus 8 versus Aemon.
Sorry, Amond. Sorry, bud.
No, it's good. We're getting
Miss.
We're getting skid. Oh!
Okay.
Oh, no.
So I'm playing the role of Arter today.
So
A lot of
Aemon
rounds at the tavern for you.
Doesn't get through your armor.
doesn't get through Aemon's armor, and I would let Aemon make a shield parry against a missile attack because I think it makes sense that shields could be used for that, but weapons could.
Would he have been aware of the shot, though?
Yep.
Probably not. So
Yes. Fortunately, my
knows?
arrows do shit damage.
The arrow wasn't particularly deadly.
You know, but
All right, now
clearly,
against 5.
saw
Come
it
on.
helmet or something.
Yes! Making up for it.
Nice.
So no defense for. Oh, you can't defend against my thing anyway. Come on, here.
Defend
Big money.
attack.
No, not a 3. Useless fucking thing.
Catches in. He's got kind of like a heavy leather vest and pauldrons and stuff, and it sinks into the pauldron, but you can see it doesn't drop blood.
Yep. Dang it. Okay.
But that is the end of the round.
Okay.
So everybody gets.
Eamon, I know you told me not to bring a toy with me, but I really wanted to.
Eamon feels that thunk between his shoulder blades and kind of takes a peek over his shoulder at Loker.
Well deserved. Jesus.
Loker's on a 2.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. I can't believe I hit an ally. Oh, God.
I'm sorry, I keep doing that.
Okay, it's easy enough to put it in manually. And
Yeah,
add
I don't want to make more work.
All right. Dada.
All right. Well, I might as well focus on the schmuck in front of me.
Yep.
Take him out.
We'll just do our usual thing. Oh no, this is not starting well. So I have 24 remaining.
Yeah.
Can I do 12 and 12?
You can.
Let's do that. There we go.
Nice. 12 and 12. So he's going to try to parry with his shield.
Oof.
Okay. It's
Got his
fine.
shield up.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh no. Okay. Well.
All right. Aemond.
What do you think? Does it make sense for me to go after the wounded guy? Stick on
so
the big guy.
You can free Dada up by killing the wounded guy. Seems like the two of you would have better chances against Cobblering.
Going after the wounded guy always seems like a strong call.
Yeah.
I will pursue the wounded underling.
Well, that's the contempt that you're showing for Cobblering will surely drive him into a frenzy.
Indeed.
All right. No connection.
Miss and same guy with 11.
Nice.
There we go.
There we go. All right. So he's going to try to use his weapon to parry.
Yep.
Parries with the weapon. But you've still got one more attack left, and he's got nothing left in the tank.
I'm going to do the same thing as last time because Cobberling's on the loose and go with a 6-5. So this will be a 5, I think. Yep. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Nice. All right. Roll damage.
Come on.
Boom.
Nice. 12 points of damage. He's barely hanging on at this point.
Nice.
And then we've got Loker and he doesn't have anything. The small guy doesn't have anything. Cobble Ring will get to go.
Well, that's if he's still alive after my deadly bow.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna same thing as last time, an 8 and a 5.
Yep.
Okay, so Ocho, Nocho, and Cinco, Fucko. All right, nothing.
Nothing.
No 20s.
Yeah, no 20s. At least they didn't shoot anybody.
Yeah, that's positive. All right. Forest Troll Infantry can't do anything. Cobble Ring has 2 attacks with his 2-handed weapon.
Yeesh.
He's going to try to smack Amond. So first one, aim at 12. That's a success, but you get a chance to parry with your shield.
All right. Now, so I would put those into let's see, what did I 6? So it's a 12, right? Is it
Yeah, you have
12?
a 12 left.
Okay.
So and you could split that up to 6 and 6, right?
That's true, right?
Yeah,
I could.
you could split it up into 6 and 6 if you wanted.
Probably
It's a
not though,
big
right?
Sword.
Oh,
Yeah, probably
so
not.
He's got a second attack.
he does have a second attack, but his second attack is going to be weaker than the first one.
Yep.
It's not as good odds of connecting.
I think you deal with the bird in the hand in this situation in a way. So I'm going to go with the full 12 and take care of the threat that's
Yep.
right in front of me.
Okay, here it comes. Come on.
I clicked it. There we go.
Oh. Okay, so this is where it gets dangerous.
Yeah.
He gets to do.
Keep your hands on that round.
Should I?
Yes.
Yeah, his great big 2-handed sword somehow it bounces off your armor and you're fine.
Wow.
He still has one more attack, so he gets to attack at a 7 now. No success.
Oh boy.
You got lucky.
These trolls are overestimated. Please.
So the really nasty thing, not only does he roll 2d10, but it's an open roll of 8 to 10. So if he rolls an 8 or higher, the die explodes.
That's wicked.
It's pretty wicked.
That's pretty wicked.
All right, but we are back to the top of the round. So everybody gets to roll.
Initiatize. Let's see here.
Put a lightsaber?
Come on.
Sorry.
6.
Picking it up. That's my cell phone notification. My second.
Nice.
That's great.
Oof.
6 for him. Loker's on a
At
6.
this point,
On a 9.
feel free to just like smack me half my hit points away or something like that, because I am just the worst.
All right, Dada.
All
You
right.
did first, and this little guy, he's only got 3 hit points left.
Right. So I think
And he's got -7 to his defenses.
He's got -7 to everything, so his shield is basically totally ineffective. His
okay.
weapon he can still parry with.
So
He'll parry at an 8
I'm gonna take the risk,
instead of a 15.
and I'm gonna.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Yeah,
You can spend your movement points throughout the round, right?
yeah.
So if he drops that thing, he could then like shift in. Is
Yeah,
flanking a thing?
Dada could attack the forest troll and then use the free movement to get to Cobble Ring.
Yeah.
Or use the free movement plus some to get like around to Cobble Ring's side.
Yeah, is flanking a thing?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna try 6. Or no, we'll do 8 and hope for the best. Yeah. Okay. So
Nice. So he's gonna weapon parry, but he only gets an 8 now. No success. So roll
Nice.
damage.
Oh. Of course.
All right. He's got 1. He's clinging to life.
Oh my god, you're just gonna make me like. Okay, Amon, it's gonna be all you. Okay, second attack, 8. Nope. I am really angry. 16.
Nice.
There.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, and you can't possibly not do enough damage to kill him.
But he can still. Oh no, he used up. So
He
Oh,
used
there
up
we go.
everything, and his shield.
there we
His
go.
shield, he only had a 6, and he's at -7, so he he can't possibly parry you with the shield.
He has no PV? He has no PV?
The little guys don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cobble Ring has some armor on.
So, and all I have left, I can't go around because I've used up all my combat points.
Well, you got 3 meters of free movement.
But I do have my 3 meters of free movement.
You can't move any further than 3.
Right. So I can do 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
you
if
could
I
even move the corner if you wanted.
Uh,
You could do 1, 2, diagonal 3.
sure. I mean, is there any benefit or detriment to where I am versus that?
Not really. If we were more kind of tactically minded, we might say that low care has better odds of not hitting you guys if you're more spread
fair
out.
enough.
That's what I was thinking. If I could move around to the back.
Yeah, if you want to move around to
Yeah.
the back, I'll take away the 20 to hit somebody.
Yeah. So then I'm going to start. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Then
All right, low care. It's
low
your
care.
turn.
Okay, here we go. So I'll use my 5, my point of free movement, and then my other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm running forward, and 2 shots. Same thing. Taking the penalty, so it's an 8 and a 5. 8. Come on. Nope. And 5. Come on. Nope. Okay.
Nope. All right.
But I didn't hit anybody. That did breeze past Eamon's ear, but did not connect.
Noted though. Even notes it. Noted.
We're gonna have words.
Yeah.
The 12 on Aemond. 1 success, so you can shield parry that though, and you can obviously you have all your points. You could hypothetically put up to a 19 on your shield and only fail on a 20 if you want to.
Interesting.
Stop it. But that costs you a lot of points.
It does. It's a big sword though. Let me see. I don't know if I'll do that, but I am going to, let's see, this shield, where to put it. It's a big sword. I mean, and also just to mix it up, I'm going to make this shield at a 15.
Shield at a 15. Nice.
So that cost me 9, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Costs you 9 from your attacks to do a shield at 15. Yes.
Yep. All right. Oh, brutal.
Does not get the shield in the way. So
man.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
4 of that is going to go through your armor.
Yes.
So 4 of that is going to take away from your body points, which means you're not going to take any penalties yet because you're just sort of grazed.
Yes.
Your armor is also going to take damage. So
Mm.
your armor BV is going to go down by 4.
Oh.
And the PV, the actual damage reduction to the armor, is equal to the tens digit of the BV. So your PV is down by 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, so your armor got kind of damaged when he hit you. He just sort of grazed you, but he knocked some scales out of position and stuff. So you're not quite as effectively.
That's cool.
I mean, all those things, I really like all those mechanics. It's just a matter of, tracking.
Yeah, it's really it's cool
right.
stuff. It's just tracking it.
I love crunch. It's just a matter of how wildy it is, like, so I like, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. He still got 1 at 7.
Yeah.
He just succeeds.
All right.
But your shield can do 2 weapon actions, so you can parry again with points from attacks, basically.
Let's see here. He spent 9 out of his attacks before. Gonna make it a 12.
And another
So that
12.
cost me 6, right? So I've taken a total of 15 out of my attack points. Is that correct?
So if
Total?
you're spending another 12, that means you're taking 21 out of your attacks.
Right, because the shield's only once. The 6 is once per round, not
6
per.
is once per round on the shield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Boy, pricey.
But 12 is a good idea to,
Yes.
that could have gone way worse for you when he hit you.
Yep, I'm going with 12.
Yep.
Come on, baby. There we go.
Nice.
Excellent.
And just so it's clear in my mind, how much do I have left? So I've used 12 plus.
You used 21, so you'll be at, you'll lose a 12 and 9 points from an 11. So you could be at 11 and 2, or what's the average of?
Yeah.
11 and 2 is what, a 7 and a 6?
Yep.
For 2 attacks. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's your turn. You've got a 7 and a 6 left.
Here we go.
and he cannot parry or anything.
All right. Nope.
No connection on the 7.
Come on.
And the backswing. There we go.
Nice. Nice.
And he can't parry, so roll damage.
Yep. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Reasonable.
That's going to do 6 points
Mm-hmm.
damage to him because he has 4 points of armor.
Okay.
But actually,
Hmm?
no, Loker only hit him for a 3, didn't he? Loker didn't hit him for 4.
Yeah, I haven't pierced his armor yet.
Yeah. So, okay, but his armor has been pierced, so he only has 3 points of armor now.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Does
And
that
that's
work
it.
that way for natural armor as well, too, or does that remain as protective as ever?
Natural armor remains as protected as ever.
Okay.
It's just for
Worn armor? Yeah, that
I'm
makes
pretty
sense.
sure, although some of the monsters with natural armor might be rated as if they have
Yeah, like
like-
dragons knocking their scales off and stuff.
knocking a dragon's scales
That's
off.
cool.
basically.
Go 4.
Oh, and I need to be adjusting his initiative because I have not been calculating in the penalty that he gets.
So his armor went down because the tens digit went down on his BV.
Yep.
The 10s digit went down on his BV. Yeah. 1d10 exploding -6. I've been cheating. I haven't been including the penalty for his weapon.
Outrageous.
No. Can you believe all this crunchy stuff and I'm forgetting things?
I know.
All right, Dada.
All right.
Initiative.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably going to go first because you normally do, but nice.
okay.
All right.
So this guy's a bit more scary. So I think I could be a bit less reckless. And we're gonna open with a 16.
Nice.
Great.
No connection.
Nope.
I think you're just so all gray trolls have this kind of horrible like pestilence that manifests as a smell about them. You're probably just put off by the memory of not just this, but how bad it was in that troll cave when you went into his lair. It's probably gonna put you off a little bit.
Yeah. I think also I'm gonna move up just a bit.
Yep.
Kind of narratively anyway, force him to kind of like think about multiple threats.
Yep.
And I'm gonna try an 8 so that I can reserve some in case he decides to get cute. No, nothing from me.
No connection. But Aemond.
Okay. First attack. We'll go with the full. Nope. I mean, with him, I'm even thinking. Before the little guys, I didn't even consider the question until I got to the third attack. With Cobberling, I'm giving a little more thought, even to points above 11.
Yeah. So you could, for instance, save. You could do
like a 6 attack, or leave
yeah,
the rest for a shield if I really wanted to.
for the shield, basically.
Let's see here. I am going to go with I'm going to go with an 8 attack.
Nice. So that gives you 3 more points for shields.
Yep. He's wily, this one. He's wily. And I'm
You can tell why this one is the king. He's the smartest of the dumb trolls.
indeed. So I've saved 14 points, additional points for the shield. Is that too many? Is that crazy? That's kind of crazy, huh?
Well, that's blowing it all on one big 20 shield or 2 at 10.
Right.
And he hasn't, right? Nobody's connected with him, so he hasn't spent any on parries yet. So that's another factor to consider.
let's see. I guess. So you that probably leans me to go ahead and take an attack, like a low attack, maybe.
Yeah, you could definitely take a low attack and try to get him to parry it to use up, because one of the other balancing factors, larger and heavier weapons have less weapon actions per turn.
Mm.
So his two-handed weapon only gets 2 weapon actions no matter what. So,
I'll go for a 6.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
And that leaves what, 5 from
God.
that attack.
Okay.
So you have 14 total for shields.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
14 for shields. Low care.
8 and 5. Oh, I got to move myself first. I can move afterwards. Let's see. Yes.
Nice.
Here it comes. Big hit. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage does 3 points to him.
Hell yeah.
His
And
armor's about to go down again with the next
follow
hit.
up. Yes.
Nice.
And 8 points of damage.
Well done.
Damage minus 3
2,
is
3,
5, but his
4,
armor
5.
is only at a 2 now.
Okay, nice. Take that, you big bully.
Because he has taken, how many has he taken? 33 out of 47 is 14, which means he's at a -1 now.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was just getting my range in.
Yeah, nice job, Loker. Cobble Ring. All right, Cobble Ring is going to try to take down Aemon, because Aemon's sort of the most dangerous target. I mean,
yeah, never mind.
It does say that on his shield.
I am the most
Yeah.
dangerous.
I'm the dangerous target.
all right. So he's got an 11 and a 6 now because of the penalty.
Nice.
No success on the first one.
All right.
Yeah.
No success.
Oh, bad day for Troll King.
2
You'll pay
big
for that
misses. If we were
Nice.
playing baseball, he'd be about to get struck out. All right. So everybody roll initiative.
Initiatize.
Hold on. Click my token.
So
Boom.
this is where
9.
he's
Pretty
acting
nice.
on a -1.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, Dota. Holy smokes.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right.
I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh wait, no, natural 20s are bad in this game. I'm like, wait a minute, it's initiative. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge.
So, all right, you ugly bastard. I'm gonna actually I think strategically, I'm gonna try to open. I move right there. I'm gonna open or try to create an opening for Aemon by taking the bigger risk of multiple attacks, but trying to prompt those offenses,
Yep.
and then leaving it open to you. So a bunch of 8s. Nope. Never mind. 8. There we go.
Nice.
Nice. All right, so he is going. I think he's not going to parry. He's going to trust in his armor, and hope that you don't do much.
The fool.
Because he's got to save some points to actually smack Aemon.
Well, he
Well,
gets
he got lucky, and
he-
armor absorbs it.
All right. Well, I got more where that came from.
Yep.
8. Oh no.
Phew.
Okay, guys. Do I risk it? Oh, I feel like I should save some.
It's up to you.
Save the final 8.
So the
For,
final hit for a potential parry.
Yeah, I think I need to.
Yep. Makes sense.
I'm sorry.
Does he? I want to say Dota says that. I'm sorry. He calls over.
It's just got thick armor.
Yeah, the sword's so big. I gotta save a little.
All right. Aemon and Loker.
Yep.
Whoever wants to go first.
Amy, you want to go first?
Sure. Let's see here.
I loosened the top for you.
Yeah.
Cocky damn bard.
It's feeling pretty good with no attacks on him.
There we go.
Nice.
Nice. So he is going to parry you because he knows you hit a lot harder.
Mhm.
He's going to use his 6 to try to parry.
Okay.
No success, so he's used up some of his points, and you're going to roll damage. And his armor is down to a 2.
7.
All right, 5 points of damage, and 5 more, and his armor will be down to a 1.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do another full attack here. All right. It's a whiff.
All right.
Let me see here. Last time I think I went with a total of 12 shield points, some such. I got 11 to play with on this attack. I'm going to give 5 to the shield, so it'll be a 6 attack.
Yep. And that'll let you parry at a 12 with the shield.
There we go.
Nice.
Look at the efficiency, folks. The efficiency on that.
All right. Roll damage again, because he's trying to save it for a big hit.
Here we go.
8, and he's -2 for his armor, but his armor is down to 1.
Oh, nice.
So -6. He's at 22 out of 47, which means that he is now at -3 to everything.
Awesome.
Nice.
How's his armor?
And Lokar still gets to go.
Yep. Okay. 1, 2,
Finish.
3, 4, 5. Is that good enough to not hit Aemond or Dota on a 20?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
That's
He's
good,
a big
okay.
target, so it's
Now
easier
the
to...
Bruce
If you want me to
Lee
move one more so that I'm really kind of equidistant between them, I can just spend an extra point from my whatever. But
No, I think that's fine
good enough?
because he's a big target.
Yep.
With the smaller ones, it would be harder to avoid.
Okay, you got it. So 8 and 5. Let's see here. 8, come on. Nope. Oh, I said evade. Sorry, hold on. 8. Nope. And 5. Come on. Nope.
Two
All my
more
good.
arrows.
A little
Go Wisdom
overconfident
by
from
Double Ring.
last session or last volley.
Arrows are flying everywhere, though.
They really are.
Alright.
All over the fucking place. Thank God I wasn't tracking
Double
them.
Ring has a 9 attack. Hit Aemond with. Aemond's still the big dangerous target. If he knew how many points you had, he would probably go for Dota, but it's not like he can see combat points, right? So I think because he's been attacking Aemond, he's going to keep going.
You mean because I've assigned points to shield?
Yeah, because you technically have more points left, but it's not like right in the fiction, he doesn't know how much you've spent,
Yep.
right? He can only see what you've actually done.
Yeah.
So he knows technically his odds of not getting parried are better if he attacks Dada, but what I'm saying is that it's not like he can
Understood.
intuit that.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, but he does connect, so roll shield at what was it?
12.
You attacked with a 6, so at an 11.
11. Actually, I attacked with an 11, right?
You attacked with an 11 and then with a 6 for the last one to save 5.
Sure. The only question is whether I put it all into this and make myself defenseless for... Does he have another attack? He does, doesn't he?
Normally he would, but he tried to parry one of your attacks. And you do know that. You know he's only been attacking twice and that he's already used one parry to try to parry you.
That's reasonable. I see. All right. Yeah, so I'm putting in an 11 in the shield. Oh, just got it in front.
Barely.
Last minute.
All right. Cavalry.
Loading late for anybody else in the little yellow box?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sean, are you using 3D dice?
Oh, I am.
Yeah, so that makes it load a little later because it rolls. It plays the animation for the dice roll.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a problem. I just
Yeah, it looks a little funny on because it loads up the attack and versus 11 thing and then only displays the number after the
I will
animation.
say it seems like a little slower to me. I'm used to that. I'm used to that little pause, and the pause seems a little longer than usual, though. But I know what you mean.
Roll 20 might be under load or something.
What's that? It's the dice roller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Initiative again.
Excellent. Now
He's
it
still
is.
at -1, so I think pretty much everybody's going to go before him.
Well, let's.
Eamon's at an
5.
8. Lokar's at a 5. Dada's at a 14. Dada, once again.
at this point, I barely need to roll really.
Right.
Is it the agility that goes into having such a high initiative? Or is it a
is
specialty?
It's specifically the combat reactions discipline.
Okay, cool.
Where-
That the big
And
one.
modified by
I
the
think
weapon, I
agility
guess.
has an effect on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have. What do I?
What's your bonus? Bonus is plus 11, which is so 6 for combat reactions, and then is that also 6 for something else? I don't know. We'll calculate it later. It's the big thing is combat reaction as a discipline.
Same thing. We're gonna try to divide him up and try to whittle him down.
Yeah.
Open up. Oh, I am just suddenly now all of a sudden I had a roll. I had my. Yep. No. I had my string and then it just didn't.
Right.
We're gonna try a 12 and then save the final. What would that be?
4 for a parry.
Final 4 for a potential parry.
All right.
Wow. Nope.
All
He's
right.
got flustered that big sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's able to sort of keep you at bay. Amond.
All right. 12. Okay, just a bare miss. Hopefully that sets up the second. We'll see. Then 11. Oh, brutal. He's got me rattled too. That big sword flying around.
Yep.
Hit. We're going to go with a. We'll go with an attack roll of. He's looking pretty desperate. I think he's going to try hard this next time. I'm going to do this with a 5.
And leaving
Leaving
6
6.
more for a 12 shield.
Oh,
Nothing.
yeah, he's dancing and weaving. He feels that he needs to pick up his game.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty tough customer, right? He is, half again as tall as you and carrying a huge sword. It's not
Indeed.
like he's
Right.
Yep. Okay.
particularly easy. All right. Look here.
I think I'm going to do one shot at. I'm putting everything into it, so I'll be with the attack penalty. I'll be at a 18.
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Let's see here. Boom.
Strings. to the
Fuck you, game. Fantastic.
I'd ask you if you want to spend a route on that, but that's
Wait, I got Roud coming up my ass. I totally do.
All right. Why don't you spend?
Yeah,
a
yeah,
route
it sounds
on
good.
it?
This is going to be a although this is roll 20. I'll roll 20 and I'll hit one of you guys.
Yeah.
4. Nice.
All right. Nice.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Big money. Big. Yeah.
Nice.
There it is.
Nice.
All right. So
That's
takes
why it was
18.
fated to be.
That's right.
So where do you don't quite kill him outright? But
It's
you
right
have-
in his ear though.
Yep.
Not deep enough to get to his tiny little brain, but it's sunk right in there. So he's just like, ah.
All right. So he is now at a -7 for everything that he does.
Mm.
So he is going to put it all into one big attack on Aemond at a 12.
Bring it.
At a 12. One success. Aemond,
right.
you get the parry at a 12.
Yep. There it comes.
Okay, come on.
Yes.
Nice.
Clang.
Catch his sword on your shield. No damage. And we're rolling initiative probably or hopefully for the last time now.
Okay.
Mhm.
That was Roud well
Yeah.
spent.
He's at a -5.
It
I
was.
don't think any of you can roll bad enough to go after
The
him.
worst I've rolled for initiative the whole game. Actually, no, I've rolled another one before.
Yeah. Which is still better than
Aemond.
anything I've rolled.
Aemond, take that, Dota.
Fuck yes.
Oh, take that.
You see the initiative here. Here
Yes.
it comes.
I mean, Aemond wants the death blow. It's pretty obvious
yeah,
here what just happened.
sure.
Aemond intends to get the death blow.
Does
For
your injury
sure.
penalty apply to initiative as well?
No,
Okay. Just
In fact,
the rules.
because initiative is it only applies to D20 rolls, not D10 rolls.
Right.
Basically, that's
Right.
the way to keep track.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Aemond.
Here we go.
12.
Nice.
Oh,
He knows you're a tough customer, so he's gonna try to parry with everything.
Yep.
Hmm.
No success. So you get to roll damage.
Nice.
A
He only
Zit.
has 3 hit points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. How do you finish him off?
It's gotta be a sweep of the head. I need that troll head. So it's clean sweep, decapitates him.
Nice.
Mm.
He probably in his parry, he sort of leaned forward to try to connect with your sword, and that sort of puts his head right there so that you can actually, slice it off on the backswing or something.
Question.
But yes, now you guys can return. So you will be able to, in the aftermath of this, so this is only, I don't remember how many rounds, I wasn't keeping track, but each round is like 10 seconds long. So this is no more than like 2 minutes of intense combat, right?
Yep.
Kind of classic RPG stuff. Everybody sort of takes a breather, recovers. Eamon got hit and Lokar got hit. So you're both a little scratched up, but not enough to give you a penalty at all. I think what happens is that you guys, what do you want to do with the bodies? Do you want to like make an example of them?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
Good call.
that's more of an Amond territory.
Tie, stake him to a tree or something. Tie him to a tree upside down.
Or, well, you probably can't tie Cobble Ring to a tree upside down. He's kind of heavy.
Too big.
But you already cut his head off, so I don't know if you need to do that. With the small ones, you can definitely tie him up or something. Make an example. And
help him, and I think she'll kind of like give a haughty sort of like, well done, you got this one, fine. Next tonight's rounds are on me.
Unless we count Lokar's stray round as he eyeballs that little scratch between his armor.
Excellent point, my friend. It's funny, I think, because it was fun to see like those very different styles. Eamon's very like brute force up front, and Dota, I think I just kind of fell into this like rapid like kind of like darting around kind of that's neat that you can develop a style using those mechanics that then kind of informs the narrative and your character development too. There's another element to that, or another layer to that I really think is fascinating.
Well, and it's not that like in D&D, there's no reason you would never take your second attack, right? Basically, if you have two attacks, you'd always attack at maximum. Versus this, it's an interesting like, do I put 12 into one bigger attack, or do I two smaller ones at 6 to try to hit twice to potentially more damage?
If you're at that guy versus before, it's actually it's pretty different. Your thought process, because they've already blown their points if they go before you, so it's a different situation than if you go first.
Yeah, the initiative definitely makes a big factor on how you choose to spend.
It's in fact, it makes me feel like each round can feel like a very different game depending on the circumstances. If you're like, I was going like first the whole time, so I was always kind of thinking about, but if I was waiting or if I was going after an opponent in the following round, that would potentially change my decisions a lot.
Yeah, because you never went after, right? Yep.
Right. Huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel I was in a combat character, but I felt useful the whole time.
Yeah.
That's good. I was a little worried that you wouldn't feel useful because with the melee shooting the melee penalty, I didn't realize until this like 10 minutes before when I was rereading that section that it was going to be so
it just means
significant.
No, I think it balances the like just in terms of the it balances the fact that range weapons can be so deadly, like you without being able to avoid them. That's pretty.
Well, and any hit can be really deadly because you
because the exploding
hypothetically with the exploding dice, like you rolled a 19 damage on a bow shot.
Yeah.
And the first damage roll you made last time, right? Wasn't that like a 46 because you rolled 4 10s or something absurd?
That was Eamon's first roll, and then he missed on it.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah.
No, last time you did that too. But yeah, Eamon's first roll, I think, was a 40 damage where he missed on the attack, but the damage, the potential damage, right? You could,
Yeah.
hypothetically, Bard the Bowman style, shoot a dragon out of the sky with a really good hit. You just have to get really lucky.
And the route is the balancing factor for allowing the players to not be subject to that. Although I really like, I was reading healing on it, and like even with applying first aid, if you do have that specialization, which you need to have in order to use it, you still only heal 2 per day.
Yeah.
So like it's
unless you have high constitution.
Oh, do you heal more?
If you invest in constitution, you heal a little faster. Actually.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. And then I bet you there's magic that might affect that as well too.
And there's magic. I think both the dim walkers, who are like clerics, and the Venter weavers, who are like magicians, have healing magics.
Oh, okay, cool.
That are available, but those are.
No, it's very
expensive.
The game was very, very intuitive once you got going. It was great. Yeah.
It did take us like 2 hours to play a fight against 6
part was just getting things going to start with, though.
Yeah,
there's
definitely a big part. That was a big part of that. But anybody have any? I guess I'll go. Each of you can say your sort of closing thoughts on Trudvang, at least for now. Sean, you want to start?
Sure. I think the positive is it gave you quite a bit to think about, and once you get in the groove of it. I will say at the very beginning, I was clueless, for the first, for the first 15, 20 minutes, you inevitably, it's inevitable that I think, does everyone else get this? Because I don't know what I am doing, right at the beginning, I'm like, you're almost hesitant to ask the most basic questions. I really didn't know what's going on. And then, obviously, as always, like it clicks and you're like, okay, I think I got an idea here. And at that point, it was fun because you got the basic gist, and you're slinging points around, making decisions, and every initiative was a big deal because if they go, and because Eamon took his share of being both before and after them, so that was a big deal. Every initiative was pretty big for Eamon as far as me making decisions, because will they have already blown their points, or will they have all their points to blow? Was just a big call. A lot less decisions to make if they've already blown their points.
Yep.
So, so that was cool. The only, if there's going to be any hesitation, it's just that, I think the sheet, if I was making the sheet, there might be a thought to like, to help you slinging those points around. So, you can do it in your head, but it'd be nice if there's just a go-to spot on the sheet that I spent extra points on this attack. Therefore, the pool, dynamically changes for me. So they kind of offloads that a little bit more, rather than me having to go, wait, Arlen, so that leaves me what? Just so I'm sure, that kind of a thing. I found myself doing that because by the time I'm done with my attacks and it's their turn and my defense pool comes up to play, you don't want to get that screwed up, or all of a sudden you're confused and you can't remember what you have to spend, that kind of a thing.
Well, and to be fair to the sheet, it is there's a lot of ways to spend points, so it would be a pretty complicated
true
thing to figure out. But yes, it's definitely when you have so many sources of points and there's restrictions on what you can do with those points, it makes varying your actions a little harder.
Tricky.
Andrew, what did you think?
I really enjoyed this. I think, I've mentioned some things kind of as we were playing through. I think tactically, and it forces you to think. Well, the mechanics force you to think not just tactically, but strategically as well. By which I mean, like, sure, tactics of a given round of, do I want to go all out and attack, or do I want to save some of my points for a defense? But also strategically, in the sense of like when I thought, okay, I can throw a few more points out and try to draw out a parry from these creatures that are attacking Eamon. So I can not only consider the way that the battle affects me, but how it affects my allies in a future turn. My actions can impact them on their turn. So that's interesting. I mentioned it already, but I really love that that system allows you to kind of think narratively, both in terms of the story being shaped by your actions through the battle itself between you as a group, but also in terms of developing a unique kind of style of play and the way you approach battle. Sure, I could go all in with like big, heavy, one attack each, or I could play very defensively and only put out like a 6 each round for attack, a very weak kind of attack, but then be really, really defensive. And you can stick to that, and as a game goes on, you could play around with what that means for how you engage a battle. So that's really interesting. Um, and there was something else I had. I agree that having a cleaner way to track the points, their sources and expenses, so to speak, throughout the battle would be useful. And there was something else I thought, but this is really, really fascinating as a system.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with most of what everyone said as well. The thing I liked the most about it was how present it made your characters feel in the combat. In the same way that I love the mechanic in PF2 where you have to raise the shield. You got to you feel like that's present in the decision you're making for what you're doing throughout the round and the reaction you're spending to interpose. I feel like it's that similar feel to this too. I like that you're drawing from the same. I like that they've got it that you're not drawing from the same, the only same pool, but you're drawing from much of the same pool for your offensive and defensive actions. I like that a great deal. I like the free action points that were in there too. That was really, it didn't come up in the game, but I could see how that would be really interesting. Like especially if you're in a place that's got more of a set piece feel to it, where there are things in the room you could make use of. They talk about, if you move and dive behind a table, you could use that as a defense against range attacks. So I dig that a lot. The options that I saw they didn't come up in here, but like the way that they handle feints is basically you spend combat points to impose a penalty on defenses. And I love that. It doesn't, one of the ways that a lot of other games that have that kind of like instantial attack and parry stuff where it tracks every one of those things is it often models it as a penalty to your attack and then a penalty to their defenses. But it's neat that it does, but you can still get a really good shot off. There's in some of the other attacks too, like ride-by attacks, there's a tax of what you have to pay. You pay 10 points in order to just do that attack, and then you get to spend the rest of your combat points to decide what your skill level is going to be. So that's pretty cool as well. I am really interested to see how magic works in it, because that would be a really neat addition to the overall thing. I think that the way that you ran this was really, really good, because you could definitely have more things that were lesser adversaries, but when you are rolling for defenses for all the things, and this is just a nature of the defenses that you have to deal with when you're having a game where there is parries, is that you undo a success of the players, and then it's just that's a function of an attack and parry kind of game. The thing I like about feints is that you can build into that. Then if you're facing these lesser foes, with the amount of points that Dota was using every turn, she could have devoted just 10 aside to just feints. Apply a -5 to the parry and then hit them, and then even if the troll did want to parry, it's going to take a huge penalty, so minus 25% to whatever the chances are. As far as combat goes, it was extraordinarily fun. Reading through some of the other monsters, they've all got neat, fun little tricks they can do as well too. So I was reading basically it's fire giants, and they have magma blood. So you gotta, if you're cutting into them, this shit's coming out. So, and that kind of, rules mechanics to make each character or each monster feel unique feels cool in a game where you're not going to be having an awful lot of fights. Fights will be. So the fact that combat takes a really long time in this doesn't bother me. It's still shorter than, it's about as long as it is in PF2. You know, like for a set piece fight like this, where we're fighting a boss and some sub lieutenants, I'm fine with it taking 3 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. I mean, it's a great game. I'm really looking forward to having seen the role playing side and the skill side on the other thing. Having a better idea of how the skills branch out is great. Yeah, I'd play this again, and I would run it as well too. It's definitely a really fascinating. The one thing that didn't come up here too is the fear. I was reading about that and the ambient fear level, and it's cool because, you know, as you're exposed to more things, you have to wait a certain amount of time before your fear level can go down, and that length of time gets longer and longer and longer. So you can see how, like, if you did run a dungeon delve in this kind of thing, or if it were the equivalent of it, the ambient fear level would be a present thing, as well as the, you know, wearing down your character's body value. So yeah, I'm totally sold on it. I think it's a really, really cool game.
Yeah, I think it seems like we had positive experiences both times. And I agree with, we didn't play with all of the kind of cool combat maneuvers, like we didn't get any disarms off and we didn't do any feints and all that sort of stuff, but that's all in there, and it all seems to me, just from reading it, to make sense, especially once you're right, if you read through it and figure it out, it doesn't seem like it's any harder than doing the basic attacks.
You know, the one thing that's going to be weird is I think that experiencing this world through the lens of 5e will be a very different experience.
Yeah.
You know, like it's there. I understand they're going to have some kind of hardcore rules in it as well too, but it is just going to be it's going to be a marked different experience in that as opposed to this. And I think you'll feel less present in combat because you're every sword stroke, every bow shot and shit like that, you're not making those careful shots. I can tell you one thing: if I was tracking ammo, I'll bet you I would be using my, especially when I got low on those shots, I'd be making much more careful use of that, which is a really cool, like, feedback loop of informing the decisions and making them meaningful. Because you're like, fuck, I've got 5 shots left. I need to make these count. I can't just be randomly firing them off.
Yeah, it's an interesting point about to speculate about how this game would feel different, or how this game might feel different in 5e. Because I don't know how they're gonna do that. I mean, I guess we'll find out, because I did not pull out. I stayed in the Kickstarter, so nice. I've got those coming as well at some point in the next year. It's gonna be a while. Yeah, but I agree. I worry that in that system, you're not gonna. I don't know.
Like, it'll just be different, is all. Like, I don't mean to shit on 5e. Like, it'll just be a different experience, and you'll be seeing more. I imagine you'll be seeing more of the, like, unfettered heroic side of the game, as opposed to this a little more swingy consequences of having exploding dice. Right? Any system with exploding dice is right.
But I do feel like the absence of the points mechanic is really going to, like, you won't be able to compare the experience, I don't think, at all.
Yeah.
Unless there's a way to kind of integrate that. Plus, I mean, you know, you still have this. You know, it's just feckin' gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a really, really badass setting. So
and
cool.
I'll be right back. I think one of the interesting things to see.
I gotta be right back.
Will be with 5e. I wonder what they're going to do about stuff like magic, because in this system we didn't have any casters, but magic and the kind of rangercraft skills are a huge kind of point sink. Like, there are so many different wilderness survival skills that if you want all of them, you'll spend all of your points getting all of them upgraded and not have anything left for the kind of regular stuff that you do, which is why I didn't play with the kind of wilderness survival rules with this. And magic is similar. If you go hard into getting your magic skills up, you just don't have very many points left for anything else, and that's part of the balancing factor, right? Is the idea of a character can be sort of good at magic or good at the other stuff, but you just don't have enough points to do both. And I wonder how they're going to handle that with a more kind of class-based system and the traditional
Right.
kind of more high magic flavor of 5e.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm all done. Kevin, if you want to take us out.
Yeah, cool. Done. Then, oh, and one thing I will mention, if you are interested in checking out the original system as well too, you do need to have both the player's book and the Game Master's Guide.
Yes.
Because the Game Master's Guide has like weapon stats and combat rules and some other really necessary stuff. The Player's Guide has creating characters, has magic, skills, things like that in it. So
you need.
and you
I don't think you technically need the bestiary.
No, because there's some stuff.
Monsters.
Yeah, there's some monsters, and there's building monsters at the back of the Game Master's Guide. But there is a shit ton of cool stuff. Like this is just one of my favorites from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you can give me a boar man to
like,
fight.
Looks like Rocksteady.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Okay, cool. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this combat session of Trudvang. And a big thank you to Arlen for running this for us as well, too. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session or the game, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and we will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. Alternatively, you can reach Arlen at Cows from Powys. That's cows, just like the animal, from Powys, P-O-W-S. Is that right?
P-O-W-Y-S.
P-O-W-Y-S on
That's me
Twitter. You can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and you can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also find a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. You can find all of us on there, and we have channels that we don't have a channel dedicated to Trudvang yet. We do talk about it in the assorted games, but if we get this game back to the table again, I'm going to have to set up a channel for it. We also have channels dedicated to all the other games we run on the channel, to assorted games, to finding groups, to setting up virtual tabletop things, to pictures of our dogs, which is what I kept racing off to check today, so my apologies for continually ducking out. As I also mentioned that, and I don't have it in there right now, but I will be adding it as soon as we go offline. From now until September 1st, 2020, we are running our annual charity raffle. So the charity raffle benefits SOS Children's Villages International, which is a really terrific organization that is active in over 130 countries, that benefits over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children from around the world. It's a really great organization that sets up these villages for these kids to live in so they have a stable and supportive environment. For every $25 donated to the campaign from now until September 1st, 2020, you get one chance to win one of the prizes in our raffle. Our grand prize is a copy of this, the gold edition Eberron Rising from the Last War box set. This is my copy. The copy that the grand prize winner will win is still in the packaging from Beetle and Grimm, the very, very generous people who gave us a copy of that. We also have two copies of Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. We have Chainmail Dice Bag. We have Skittermander Dice Bag. We have some zines from an OSR publisher. We've got a bunch of cool stuff that's available. Some prints from the Dungeon Musings store, some t-shirts from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble store. And best of all, like I said, all donations go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to any other middleman. So you get a chance to help some kids out and to get a chance to win some very cool gaming stuff. Last but not least, I'll pitch it back to Arlen to shower praise on me for, once again, showing up and playing a noisy dick dwarf who does very little. So, yeah. Arlen, jokes aside, thank you so much for running this. You did a great job of making a complex combat system feel very intelligible, and I had so much fun. It should say a lot that I plan on spending the rest of the afternoon with these books.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for me too, and big thanks to you guys for I'm sorry Carl couldn't be here, but big thanks to you guys for, I guess Sean's the only one who's just celebrating the 4th of July, but it is the 4th, and even though we can't go out and do things, some people have plans somehow. But big thanks to you guys. Yeah, thanks to you guys for playing and for trying out the combat system and for diving in. You guys picked it up right away, and we got to play out this kind of interesting combat system. That
was
really
cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was in conjunction with the fun one shot we already played, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great. So then, folks, until next time, if you are listening to this either live or contemporaneous to the recording of the session, we hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. Happy 4th of July to our American listeners if you're listening to this live. And until we see you again, happy gaming.